WYMT Mountain News first at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, breaking news out of Bell County. We'll get to that story in a moment, but first, several Martin County emergency crews educated kids about the dangers of impaired driving. Jobs for America's graduates prepared Sheldon Clark High School students for their upcoming prom night with a mock disaster. WYMT's Taylor Upchurch was there for the fake outcome of a night of fun that included underage drinking and driving.
In a split second,
I actually injured and killed multiple people. Like, I think about it sometimes, like, what if that was me?
Sheldon Clark High Schoolers encountered scary consequences for being impaired behind the wheel. A Grim Reaper claimed several lives, many of their friends whom they would never see or hear from again.
It can be that kid that sits beside them in class, or it could be someone that they, high-fived when they were walking down the hallway.
For now, it's a mock disaster, but on prom night, this fatal car crash could be reality.
If you're being cut out of the car or anything like that, then you're like, wow, this can actually happen to me and not just a maybe.
Teachers say no one is invincible. Every decision has a consequence, sometimes even a fatal one, not just for the impaired driver, but for the others on the road.
An accident like that, there's no discrimination.
Students say if you're old enough to be behind the wheel.
So I just hope they know that it's not something that can be joked about.
If he is convicted,
then you're old enough to go to jail.
It would just have to feel like such a burden, like a weight on you, just to know that you did something like that.
Reminding young drivers to never drink underage and to learn to hand over the keys. In Martin County, Taylor Upchurch, WYMT Mountain News.
Organizers say there are 54 JAG programs across Kentucky. 27 students lose their lives to impaired driving each day. They hope this demonstration helps lead to a safe prom this Saturday. Police arrested a man yesterday in connection to a series of fires at historically black churches in Louisiana. Officers charged 21-year-old Holden Matthews with 3 counts of arson. Federal authorities are still investigating a possible motive, but earlier this week the NAACP said the fires were domestic terrorism, targeting people for their skin color and religion. Other churches have not stopped services but have increased security.
If we fear God, we have no need to fear anything else.
All 3 pastors say they will rebuild. Ugandan police say they have arrested 8 people so far in connection to the kidnapping of Kimberly Sue Endicott, an American tourist, and Jean-Paul Maringe, her tour guide. Kidnappers held the pair for 6 days before releasing them. There are now conflicting reports on if the ransom they demanded was paid. None of the kidnapping suspects have been identified. Now we want to go to that breaking news out of Bell County. Kentucky State Police have charged 2 men suspected in last night's hit and run in Bell County near the Whitley line that left 1 man dead. Troopers say a father and son from Monticello were arrested after they allegedly hit 80 Fuson on Kentucky Highway 92 last night around 8 o'clock. Police say Fuson was standing in the roadway trying to help someone after a pressure washer had fallen off a vehicle and onto the roadway.
And we've been working around the clock to figure out exactly what vehicle this was. We want to thank the public for any assistance that they may have called in to give us information on the tips about the vehicle.
The father, 34-year-old Joshua Lewis, is being charged with leaving the scene of an accident, failing to render aid, causing the death of Mr. Fuson. Lewis's 15-year-old son has been charged with tampering with physical evidence. We'll have much more on this tonight at 6.
I'm out here
at the 43rd Annual Hillbilly Days Festival, and it has been a perfect day, especially for the first official day. We are seeing plenty of sunshine here, and we're seeing that really all across eastern Kentucky. Let's go ahead and take you to some of those cameras. You'll notice over into Stonecrest right now, seeing a few clouds, but the sunshine continues over there. And as we look into downtown Whitesburg, a few more clouds over there, but still seeing sunshine with those partly cloudy skies. And as we go ahead and take a look at satellite and radar, you'll notice those clouds, really just a few throughout the day, but overall we have seen that plenty of sunshine throughout the day. It's been absolutely beautiful outside. Temperatures, they're pretty warm. Warmest day of the year so far. We're seeing those low to mid 80s across our area. 84 in Hazard, 84 Prestonsburg, 82 over into Richmond. Those winds are a little bit strong too. It's a little bit windy here. We're seeing them out of the south, which is allowing us to get pretty warm. We're even seeing some gusty winds over into the Cumberland Valley area. So really, as we head throughout the rest of tonight and really into the overnight hours, we are going to continue to see those clouds increase. We are looking at a pretty warm day though ahead and a warm night ahead. But as we head into tomorrow, those rain chances continue to increase and become a little bit more scattered. We'll also talk about that weekend forecast coming up in my full forecast in just a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you very much. A great start to Hillbilly Days weather-wise. And the 43rd Annual Festival will continue through Saturday in downtown Pikeville. Organizers are expecting a large turnout. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher is also live in Pikeville with more on day one of the festival.
Steve, Hillbilly Days kicked off this morning, and honestly, the weather is absolutely perfect. Exactly what Paige said. Now, as you can see behind me, these streets are packed, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these people watched the forecast this morning. Now, a lot of out-of-state vendors travel hundreds of miles to Pikeville, but this is also a great opportunity to highlight some of the local crafters or food vendors as well. I talked with Amber Collins with New Beginnings Fellowship Church about the importance of the participation of local organizations.
That's part of our mission, to give back to the community. Our church gives back 10% of everything we bring in to our community. And that's just so important to us. That's our foundation. You have to be part of the community.
Now, Steve, Collins told me they have a lot of fried family foods going on over there in their little booth area. They have some fried apple pies and some banana nut bread, and I don't know about you, but I'm going to head over there here in a few minutes. But for now, I'm live here at Hillbilly Days. Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to getting over there myself tomorrow. Marianne, thank you. Well, those attending this year's Hillbilly Days Festival have the opportunity to fly with the Air National Guard, sort of. The Kentucky Air National Guard is set up on Pike Street, providing information about the Guard. But it is not just information the booth is providing this Hillbilly Days. People can stop by to participate in a flight simulation and to play time-sensitive games. Master Sergeant Benjamin Sewell says it's an experience.
We're here promoting the Kentucky Air National Guard. We have a flight simulator over there, some games. In that flight simulator, they can fly a bunch of different types of aircraft from any airport in the world. We're just out here talking about the opportunities in the Air National Guard, such as tuition assistance and some job opportunities, a little bit about the mission, what we do, and just provide some opportunities out here to Eastern Kentucky.
Sewell encouraged people to drop by the booth to participate in the simulator. A memorial service for rapper and community activist Nipsey Hussle is underway at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Thousands of loved ones and fans filled the arena this morning to celebrate his life. The 33-year-old Grammy-nominated rapper was shot and killed in front of his clothing store on March 31st, sending shockwaves through the music industry and the South LA community, an area Hussle invested in heavily.
It just made it believable for people like us, we could do the same thing, so that's what it was.
A gang member, Eric Holder, was arrested for Hussle's murder. Police say Holder shot Hussle over a personal dispute. Eric DeSplinter and Gabriel Wallace were found last night after being missing since Saturday. Before being found, the pair was last seen hiking in the Mount Baldy area of California. After finding footprints, search crews sent a helicopter to fly over the area, eventually seeing a campfire and the hikers. The pair were found safe and will be reunited with their relatives. Police in the Dominican Republic confirmed that 52-year-old Portia Ravenel, one of the 2 American tourists who had been missing for 2 weeks, was found dead. Authorities believe Ravenel and 40-year-old Orlando Moore were in a car that plunged into the ocean on March 27th on the way to catch their flight home. Ravenel was hospitalized for severe trauma and died on April 4th. Police are still working to identify the second body. A Kansas family is adopting 7 siblings, but here's the catch. The family already has 10 other children. Gary and Lisa Fulbright say they are excited to welcome the children into the family. Lisa says they are on a higher mission to help and take care of them. The children's ages range from 3 to 12. Emerson, the oldest child, says she loves having a dad.
My mom was like, she would leave for days at a time with not being home. And I don't know my dad. He lives in Mexico, so it's really nice having a dad to spend time with.
The pair say they are not focusing on new mouths to feed, but the chance to love and be loved by 7 kids who no longer have a family to look after them. Heading over to Wall Street now on this Thursday afternoon, the Dow closes down today more than 14 points. Straight ahead on First at 4, the founder of WikiLeaks is arrested on extradition charges to the U.S.
And it was a hot day here for the first day of Hillbilly Days. Will that continue into your Friday and your Saturday? I'll have that full forecast for you coming up just in a few minutes.